I'm Nathan Jacobs, aka the Muzaholic, and you're watching Chester View.
We are here in the studio with Nathan Jacobs, and he is doing his thing. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's what's up. Look, just give people a little bit of information about your background.
All right, good. So Nate Jacobs, born and raised in Chester, Philadelphia. I couldn't play on the playground. My mom wouldn't let us out the backyard. Pastor Jacobs, I love you.
Love you.
Yeah, definitely. And in a nutshell, I'm a drummer. Most people know me as a drummer, but I'm also a producer and a songwriter. So a little bit back.
Look, since you brought up Pastor Jacobs, like I knew that. Hey.
That's right. Hey, somebody.
Like, oh, we get ready to go in when she go there.
You already know.
So how long have you been playing instruments? And which instruments do you play?
So I've been playing the drums probably since I was 8. And a few years ago I started playing the organ. So, you know, I'm a little scared to say that, right? But I can hold the chords down. I can't do all the fantastic runs just yet. But so those are my two main. I can play the bass just a little bit as well. So.
Okay. And you got a little shadow coming up behind you. I see him getting it in with his skills.
Little Nate, yeah, that's my man. Like that's my man. He always tells me, and he's probably been the biggest outside of my wife, the biggest person like pushing me, like. Yo, you gotta get this done, Dad. I've been listening to your songs since I was born. Get them out, period. So.
Whoa, okay, little Nate. So, music, they say, is universal. So, is that true?
It is. Music is universal. I believe music is the one language that everyone speaks. You know, it's funny, people in Japan can listen to songs totally in English, not knowing the words, but just love the music. So there's a lot of artists, like when you go across seas, who are extremely huge, you know, because people just love music. And I think music is the one thing that helps bring people together from all diverse backgrounds. So.
And they said, you know, you play something and everybody can get on the same page in the room. If everybody knows the song, okay, you know that song. And I'm gonna say back in the day. It feels back in the day because we didn't have this technology. So you had the radio station. So it was crazy when you would ride up to somebody and they would be playing the same radio station. You're like, oh, okay. And you don't even know that person, but you just clicked.
That's a good point.
Because y'all had the same music on. Now, you know, people got the iPods and their phones, so it's like you won't hardly ever catch people driving down the street. But as far as your music, when people listen to your music, what do you want them to get from it?
All right, so when people listen to my music, I want them to get a message, you know, from it. Whether it be in a simplistic form, obviously the gospel songs that are straight gospel, full of words. You know, I want them to feel the ministry, you know, from those songs. You know, I want somebody to say, you know, because of your song, I didn't commit suicide, or because of your song, I felt like I could make it to the next level. You know, the words that you wrote. Or I'll give my wife a quick plug. You know, every song that I write, my wife helps. My wife, love you, Shawnee. But every song I write, she writes with me. So, you know, I want people to feel the ministry, you know, from that. And then on the instrumentals, because obviously I'm a musician, I want people to hear, you know, and enjoy the music. Some stuff is different genres. Some stuff is classical. Some stuff is old school jazz. Some stuff smooth jazz, gospel, you know, Christian contempt. So a diverse, wide range of music, you know, because I believe people need to be met where they're at. Some people will never love or listen to a traditional gospel song, but they'll listen to, you know, one with an R&B feel. You know, but the message at the end of the day is still the same.
Because you're going to always have them people say, I want my hymn, please.
That's
Can you give me my hymn, please?
That's right.
I want solid rock and oh, how I love Jesus. But then you got this like, oh, just give me a little beat with it so I can vibe. So you're trying to touch everybody where they are.
Yeah, and the Bible says, you know, at the end of the day, he that winneth souls is wise. You know, so that simply means in order to win somebody over to Christ, you have to be wise. You know, if somebody never wears a suit, you know, and has never stepped foot in the church, they may be more apt to talk to somebody who has Vans on and a pair of joggers, who's talking their language, talking with them and not above them. So I think the same thing applies, from a musical perspective.
I love that, because a lot of people, for some reason, are stuck in their way and they don't see that. But even the Bible says, it said, I became as they were to win them.
Right.
That doesn't mean you going to sin, but you just kind of sat with them. I came to where they were so that I could win them. So I love that angle. If someone is out there and they say, you know what, I really am struggling with being myself with my music, what would be your words of encouragement?
That's a very, very, very good question, because I've kind of been there, in terms of you have certain music and all of it may not fit into a certain lane, or some of it may have a certain sound that you may think, all right, well, it sounds this way, it's not going to resonate with this group of people. So you kind of take on what's current. You take on what's the hottest at the time. So it's almost like you struggle with your own identity. But I would just say, what, you have to speak your voice. Everyone has their voice. Politicians, they do what they do. You do what you do. Everyone has their voice and has their lane. And believe it or not, no matter how good you think you are or are not, somebody wants to hear or needs to hear, what you have. So I would just say, press forward, look forward. Part of the project that I have coming out touches on that. Like for me, during the day I work a job. I would say 9 to 5, but my hours are not 9 to 5.
I was going to say that. I was like, I don't want to say I work a 9 to 5, but technically it's called a 9 to 5, but I don't want to work 9 to 5. I want to work my hours that I got. But I feel you.
Yeah. So you have that you're dealing with. So you're dealing with work throughout the course of the day, and then you have this ministry, and if you're called to do some sort of new, whatever it is you're called to do, it's like you can't rest no matter how much success you have in other areas. So I struggle with that a lot, and then finally says, you know what, I'm going to share my voice, and that's what I'm doing now.
We're going to take a quick break, then we're going to learn a little bit more about Nathan Jacobs. We'll be right back.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. You have shown me how to love. Show me how to treat you, baby. Show me how to get the way that I'm supposed to. You're the one who completes me, mind, body, and soul. You are my perfect love. You have been sent from above. Will you marry me? you marry me? Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. Oh, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Wanna spend my life with you. La, la, you are my perfect love. You are my perfect love. And I think of you. You are my perfect love.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Portia P from Sisters. Catch me Sundays 3 to 5 only on cmpradio.net. Sisters, we talk a little bit about everything. We have gospel for you, gospel news. We talk about our Won't He Do It segments and our girl talk, so make sure you tune in. That's right, Sundays 3 to 5 only on cmpradio.net.
Tell me, can you see it? The flashing red light of the alarm. My heart, we never used to be this. We never used to cause each other harm. These scars, I know that we can heal them. I'm gonna feel at home again in your arms. Hold on. All our way we're breaking down. Walls are we breaking down.
Welcome back. We are in the studio here with Nathan Jacobs. Now, Nathan, you have your project Look Forward. Talk to us about the details and what's it all about.
Good. I'm glad you asked. So, do you have the project, and the title's Look Forward. And where that title came from was my father. You know, before he actually transitioned on, when he was in the ambulance with my younger brother, you know, he said, you know, my children, I was able to go to all of y'all houses. Y'all have nice houses. You know, y'all were able to go to college. You know, I was able to see your families, my grandkids come in here. So I don't want y'all to look back. I want y'all to look forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, my title of the project, you know, came from that. And throughout the course of my life, obviously, you have challenges. You know, you start doing stuff and life gets in the way, work, family, other things take precedence and priority over what you're doing. But I always kept that in my head. My dad said, you gotta look forward. And so I said, all right, you know, looking forward now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the project out.
Awesome. So give us some background about the project itself. Who's on it? Maybe a song. Talk about one song in particular that you're thinking about that would, you know, that will encourage the people.
Good. So the project, it encompasses, you know, my journey of music. You know, obviously my journey started right here in Chester, playing the drums, Faith Tabernacle, 509 West 3rd Street, Chester, Pennsylvania. You gotta say the whole
down where the boys club used to be at, because you had to walk past there.
And the Union Hall, that's right.
In the Union Hall.
So I got my start there. My mom obviously played the organ for many years. at the church. So I got my start with her. And then,
Hey, somebody.
that's right, you gotta do it. And then over at Chester High, so at Chester High, that's where I was formally introduced to jazz. Once I found jazz, like I just love jazz music. Then when I got to Lincoln University, I was able to enhance jazz in all forms of music. So that kind of started the musical journey. My project encompasses that. I have, traditional, gospel songs, smooth jazz, regular jazz. I have some pieces with a little trap beat, so I got that on there. So just a collection of everything. And the one song, I would say that probably would resonate with everybody, no matter what form of music you like, is a song called Speak Life. And that song, Speak Life, really means so much to me. And it's funny how, God will give you songs, and you may not put them out for years. Speak Life, we started writing in 2006. And now it's actually coming out. And the reason why that song means so much to me, my younger brother, Keem Lee, was my good, not biological brother, but a really good friend of mine who actually taught me some things, in production. He passed away a couple of years ago. Yeah, he just died. Right. How many is it, right? But yeah, he passed away a couple of years ago, and he was only 29. And the song we was working on, him as well as my wife, love you wife, Shawnee, she wrote pretty much the bulk of the words to that song.
She do have skills.
She has skills many times, right? And the song says "Speak Life," and some of the words is "You can't stop what God has in store for me." Those words are so powerful. Sometimes I had to tell myself that, because we can be our biggest challenges or our biggest enemies. So that song "Speak Life" is so powerful. So it means a lot, and I think it's going to really resonate with a lot of people.
That is some powerful words, because we have to be reminded of that. If you stop, you stop you. No matter what anyone else is doing, nobody can stop you but you. So somebody saying something, doing something, I'm sorry, you don't have the power to stop me. So you might as well go and sit down somewhere and take a couple seats, because God got this. So that sounds like, that's going to be definitely a good one. So your releases are about to come up. I don't want to give it away. You got a listening party coming up.
Right.
So when your listening party, those that will be attending, what should they expect?
Yeah, so it's going to be a nice, intimate affair. So they'll get up close and personal, right? So they should really expect a full introduction to me, so to speak, musically. Beyond playing with my band or other people I may have played with. That night is just, they'll really get to hear my full vision. So there'll be some live performances. They'll actually get a chance to listen in to some of the music before it drops. So it's going to be a really good experience. There's a few other things we have planned. Nice treats. I don't want to spoil that.
Right.
It's going to be really nice. That's right. You got to be there.
So before we go, let's give some words of encouragement to somebody that's sitting out there and saying, "Wow, you know what? You got a lot of good things coming up, but I don't seem like I'm getting to where I need to be." What words of encouragement would you have for somebody who's kind of just struggling to keep moving forward?
I would just say, speak life to yourself and look forward. And the reason I can say that now with so much confidence is because I've been in those shoes for a very, 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 long time. I've been working on my personal project for many, many, many years. My daughter's 16. There were songs I was working on before she was even born. So you're gonna come up against a lot of challenges. Sometimes as musicians, as people, we compare ourselves to other people. We see other people have success, and you're like, wow, looks like things happen overnight for them, and I'm still here. Sometimes I feel like I'm forgotten about or I'm invisible. That whole piece, when that happens, just continue to encourage yourself, because if God has given you a talent, if He's given you a skill, gave it to you for a reason, somebody needs to hear what you have. For me, I've seen a lot of my friends, as are good musicians, and they travel the world. And I've seen people come up, like your son Amir. I love my bro, right? But I've seen, these people shoot up, and I'm like, God, what's going on? But finally, I learned to embrace my space. And I think I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Embrace your space, right?
Yes.
So, my day job, I'm a training manager, for a healthcare company. I've been in pharmaceutical sales for many years. So, I do that. I'm very corporate, if you will. You know, I did and I love it. But, you know, I have this passion about music. So often I do like,
Pays the bill.
right, you gotta pay those bills, you know, at the end of the day, you know. But often I would struggle with, man, you know, I really want to be doing this, but, you know, I'm doing that. And I'm not complaining because I love exactly what I do. But I came to the realization, the Bible says, you know, your gifts will make room for you, and God will give you gifts. If you do good with one gift, He'll multiply that. So I finally realized God has given me many gifts to be able to, you know, go out and manage and train people, to be in a corporate boardroom, but also to come and put together a full CD. So I know I ramble, but that's what it is.
It is time. It is time. So I am excited for you. I know that you are an awesome musician, so I know that this is going to be awesome. So if someone wanted to get in contact you, wanted to follow you, definitely want to invest in this awesome project, how could they do that?
And so they can just reach me on Facebook, Nathan Jacobs, or the Muzaholic. In fact, all social media. It's the Muzaholic, Twitter, Snapchat, you know, Instagram, and that's spelled Muzaholic. So Muzaholic at gmail.com or Muzaholic on Instagram, Facebook, etc.
All right, well, we are excited for you and your project. I can't wait to hear it. We will share it after that time because we don't want to give too much away. But again, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate what you're doing and what you're doing for the city. You know, this is where we're all from. You know,
Yes.
We come up, born, raised, and we see opportunities, and I'm glad you guys brought your vision and your ministry back here helping us out. You know, what Chester makes Chester.
That's
right.
That's the foundation. Now we got to build on it.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time.
Yo, good brothers and sisters, I'm your host, Good Brother Mark from the Good Brother Talk with my brother from a different mother,
Good brother E.
Our show is all about spreading positivity, having fun, talking about those real topics, getting down and dirty with it, but also do it with a purpose.
And if you have any topics that you would like to discuss, feel free to come on in, get in touch with Good Brother Marv and myself, or call the show, or come on in. We'll love you, have you on the show.
You can reach us on Facebook on our Good Brother page, Good Brother Talk. You can check us out on our Instagram page, Good Brother Talk. Also, cmpradio.net. If you have a phone, because you don't do social network, you can hit us up on the Live 365 app.
You can tune in to us every Sunday from 12 to 2. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. Come on and join your brothers.
Until then, continue to spread the positivity. Peace.